Oh yeah, we back at it. The black NeoCon Nazis on YouTube praise BINO Nation Nick. Y'all up here looking pitiful. And I knew this was gonna be a problem when I used to go to people's channel. You know, we built our own Thai City channel. Anybody, we're gonna review some Nick Fuentes, friend of the show. I was like, man, Nick ain't that important, man. Like what Nick's saying ain't that profound. I've always felt that way, man. I was like, man, this what Nick Fuentes is saying is not that profound. Everything Nick Fuentes is saying is not that profound. And y'all look crazy believing everything Nick say. Nick Fuentes is under Candace Owens, right? When it comes down to the totem pole, the lineage of media and all that stuff, and being in the limelight, y'all know Nick Fuentes is under Candace Owens. Nick Fuentes has been chasing Candace Owens' tail ever since Candace Owens was able to criticize Jewish people and still speak at Turning Point America. What up, Cynical One? She was able to still speak at Turning Point America um, events, and he got kicked out. So y'all chasing behind the words of a Mexican and white gay guy that is under Candace Owens and wishes and uses Kanye to stay relative and to have clout. You realize black people are making or spreading and making Nick Fuentes more popular than he's ever been. He's relying on black people to do that. He's not relying on the Warpers to do that. He knows that those incel white boys that he makes content for can only take him so far. And you stupid niggas is willing to do the rest. That's what I don't really, y'all are crazy. You black neocon Nazis on YouTube pray praise Bino Nation Nick. And I'm kind of going directly at Angry Man with this one too, yo, because Angry Man is a Mexican. He a black Mexican, right? He a black neocon Mexican trying to spew racial ideologies towards something he'll never be a black person. Because Angry Man will never be a true black person, he has a a hard black spot in his heart for black people because he'll never actually be one. So that's the reason why you got no Beano bean eating, um, need to quit dying that just for me beard, angry man over there just mimicking everything. A 20 some what is it, 20 something? I don't even know how old Nick Fuentes is. But you got a grown ass man with gray in his beard. You supposed to be kicking game to no, you're supposed to be spreading knowledge to Nick rather than getting knowledge from Nick. That's why we will always be considered boys. See, the black neocon Nazi is okay with being a boy for the rest of his life. That's the reason why Angry Man is willing to listen and spread and agree with the rhetoric of a child compared to his age. Right? Nick Fuentes is a damn near a child compared to Angry Man's age. Angry Man too old to be mimicking Nick Fuentes or even agreeing with Nick Fuentes. You gotta look at him and be like, look, man, you as old as you are, that's where you at. That's what YouTube has you at. The Cartier niggas, the Cartier family. Like nobody taking that shit serious, man. Yeah, he's barely 25. Man, Nick Fuentes is barely 25 and got grown, old ass black men up here saying that he's right. He's right. Y'all are stupid. And y'all will do anything for clout. And y'all will do anything at your old age to fit in. Y'all are too old to be trying to fit in. And that's what a lot of this shit is. A lot of y'all just trying to fit in to to like the Charlottesville, the and we see this stuff happening all over the country, right? With Turning Point USA and with the what is it? Not the Patriot Act, but the new little Patriot group that's running around. You know, the Great Replacement Theory and all this other stuff. You see this stuff running around, running around. We have Mark Robinson running for governor of North Carolina, calling himself a black Nazi. And y'all are starting to make conservatism look bad. Because black people historically have been very conservative, but we weren't neo-Nazi conservative. Y'all are going into nihilism with your hatred of yourself. Now, I always know dating white women, dating Spanish women. That's not even self hatred. Getting up here and making rhetoric against black people, hiding behind Nick Fuentes to do it. You don't need Nick Fuentes to tell how much you hate yourself or you hate other black people. We know Angry Man hates black people. We know Angry Man is an angry Mexican that never truly fed. He never truly was a part of Black America, right? That's the reason why you see Angry Man always trying to be an extra criminal, extra gangster, extra this, extra that. You see this extra rap, know everything about rap, know everything about black culture. The reason why he try to be so extra about it is because he's not that. Have you ever been around white people, yo, that'll try to convince you that they know more about black history than you do? Well, I took black history in college and I know everything about black people. While you standing there as a black person, you looking at them kind of strange, right? You like, no matter how many classes you took or how much you studied, you'll never be me, right? So that's kind of how it is with Angry Man. You'll never be black no matter how much you try. And that really angers Angry Man. So of course he couldn't wait to get on a live stream with his cousin Nick Fuentes, because this nigga name is Valdez. So he couldn't wait to get on the internet with his cousin and make some anti-black content, right? 'Cause that's how some of the Mexican motherfuckers is, right? It's crazy out here, man. YouTube has lost their damn mind. Black neocon Nazi YouTube has lost their mind. Honestly, these niggas is worse than the coons. The coons is bad. Now the coons are bad. Don't get me wrong. The coons are real bad. But the neocon Nazis, they're a step further than the coon. The coon is just white identified. The black neocon Nazis on YouTube, they more than white identified. They are foot soldiers of white supremacy. Angry Man is a foot soldier of white supremacy. The Cartier twins, the Cartier family, the Hodge twins, um, Officer Tatum, all these motherfuckers are black neocon Nazis. They're really communists. They're really communist people that can't stand alone. That's just why they gotta all hold the line, and they gotta all hold the line so they can all get paid together. But they make the bear look like boy, yeah, they got me out here looking like a Pan African out this motherfucker, man. Cause but that's how bad they is, man. Yo, what up, Don Gordito? What it do, man? And in the black conservatives, I really ain't got no smoke for black conservatives. Black conservatives I ain't got no smoke for them. They regular ass conservative people. Black people overall were conservative, are conservative. Okay, now the conservative coons, now they be wilding a little bit. Now they be wilding a little bit. But we got a straight up problem with the black neocon Nazis. They hide behind conservatism. Niggas like Angry Man ain't no conservative. He hiding behind conservatism because he really a communist. Angry Man one of them communist type nigga. He ain't a capitalist. He's a communist type nigga. Right? You gotta watch them type niggas. Cause they'll try to make you feel like you less than so they can exploit the community for more money. They communist type niggas that eventually will like to be dictators or kings. They just don't know how to get there. Angry Man would never have a neocon Nazi kingdom because he don't know how to he don't know how to galvanize people well enough. So he'll never reach that goal. He'll Angry Man is not BINO Nation no more. Angry Man just joined the Gorpers. Angry Man is a Gorper now. He's a Nick Fuentes fan. He's a fanboy. A grown man is a fanboy, 20 some year old brat online that no one takes serious. Let me tell you something. The white, the pro-white movement does not take Nick Fuentes serious like that. Jewish people. Jewish people don't take Nick Fuentes serious like that. If Jewish people really thought that Nick Fuentes was a true threat, see y'all silly, man. Y'all silly on YouTube, man. The internet, social media is silly, dog. Social media is silly, man. Because if Jewish people thought that Nick Fuentes was a real threat, his ass would be dead. See, y'all think that the Jews think that Nick Fuentes is a threat because they deplatformed him. Man, Nick, that was a capitalistic scheme, dummies. Getting canceled is the new way to get paid. Nick Fuentes was one of the first ones to do it. But you can't tell these black neocon Nazis the real play because they stupid. He wouldn't have any career. He wouldn't be talking to Candace Owens that he keeps talking about work for the Daily Wire. I'm telling you, he's under Candace Owens. Y'all got so much disdain for black women. And when I be talking shit to black women too, and I do, but I don't hate them. But y'all got so much hatred for them that y'all don't realize your fanboy Nick is under a black woman. Y'all don't even see it. Nick is under Candace. And he's trying to stay relevant with friendships with Ye. You notice Nick Fuentes is trying to have more high-powered black friends. I've never over half of your interact. He says over half your interactions with black people be negative. Then why is he running the Candace? Why is he running the Ye? Why is he running up under them? Dudes who can dudes are one who claim they hate black women, but are in a black woman's DM right now. Exactly, yo. Exactly. And Nick Fuentes being this shit is crazy. You don't think Nick Fuentes is in Candace Owens' DM? How do you think that interaction? Why you don't think Candace Owens can just call Nick Fuentes up at any time and have his ass sitting up in the studio in front of her with her grilling him, telling him how he need to do something with his life, how he need to go out here and have some kids, create a legacy, stop worrying about the Jews and do something with your own damn life. Stop telling her. Stop telling black people what to do. Stop telling interracial relationships what to do. Stop telling everybody what to do because you a little bitch ass boy with no power. You a bitch ass boy that talk well online, and now you got a bunch of niggas following in suit. A weak ass little bitch ass. I wouldn't even say white boy, Mexican white boy. Little bitch ass Mexican white boy got y'all falling in line behind his every word when he can't even bust a grape. He can't even bust a grape. They ain't no power without no violence. Candace Owens is more violent than Nick Fuentes. That's the reason why Nick Fuentes is under Candace and trying to stay relevant in media with Ye. He needs black people to stay relevant. The Warpers, his white followers that were incels, these 40-year-old men that follow Nick Fuentes, all the money they put behind him, all the memes they put behind him went nowhere. It was dead end. It was dead end. Nick needed a black woman, Candace, and a black man, Kanye, and Jews to make him stay relevant. And y'all silly niggas fall for it and follow right in suit behind a silly ass white boy that's trying to get some media attention. Y'all are pitiful. And I seen this shit happening. I seen this shit happen. I was like, we care way too much what Nick Fuentes has to say in this space. I mean, you got people reviewing this nigga like he really saying something. He ain't saying nothing that the conspiracy theorists of the early 2000s haven't said. I'm for real. He ain't saying nothing that the original truth, the stuff that Nick Fuentes is saying, the original truth movement was already saying on YouTube, dog. Do you My bad for messing that up, but you get my grip. No, you good. I get what you're saying. But the original Nick Fuentes is not saying nothing that wasn't said in the early 2000s on YouTube with the truth movement. You know, when he talked about 9/11 and the Israelis that were dancing after 9/11, we all knew about that shit since 9/11. We you had the 9/11 where they wrote the 9/11 commission, where they wrote a whole explanation of how 9/11 happened and all that stuff, and about all the Pentagon and it's just there was so much information and stuff that came out during the truth movement that they swept from the internet. They swept the truth movement from the internet, right? All the truthers, they swept all their content from the internet. So the only thing that Nick Fuentes has done is got on the internet and reiterated talking points from the truthers, and then added some racial shit to it. Because the truthers wasn't even because the truth movement wasn't even about that racial stuff. You know what I mean? So all he did was take the truthers movement, add a little bit of raunchy racism to it, right? And repackaged it, and now y'all niggas think y'all got something. Then now y'all think y'all got the fresh, the hot off the press, fresh content. No, you don't. This shit is old. It's repetitive. It's stupid. Honestly, it proves one thing, that what they think of the low level IQ of black people might even be true for the NeoCon Nazi black person on YouTube. Because other niggas get it. Other niggas see the writing on the wall. I see it for what it is, but obviously y'all don't. So be no damn sorry nation. Angry man, if you don't go eat a taco, nigga, nobody is trying to hear your racism, dog. Angry man, you are so irrelevant to what's going on in society, my nigga. If it wasn't for you buying views and using bots and shorts, you still be at the subscribers you were at. You had to sell out to the system only for your numbers to grow. For you to get on Fox Soul and say nothing. Say nothing. Just say nothing. Same shit you been saying for years, nigga. That shit's getting tired. You need to find a new audience. And I think that's just why you trying to dibble and dabble into that black neocon Nazi shit. Because that's the way, yo. Because you remember when I called out the Christian SBE and the biblical SBE, everybody's gonna take a biblical grift or a Christian grift. Well, now I'm telling y'all, everybody see the writings on the wall, the racial grift and going see and because black people are a safe race to go after and criticize, that's gonna be the new grid for people to get money because white people can't take the heat. White people can't take the heat, and white people can't take the heat of racism put back on them, and Jews ain't gonna play with your ass. Mexicans ain't got a real fight in this because they don't know what they want to be. They don't know what they don't know where they stand. So they really I'm not really mad at Angry Man. He a Mexican. Of course he don't know where he stand. I mean, you know, he a Mexican. He wouldn't know where he stand. So therefore, he don't know whether he white, black. He don't know where he stand politically, racially. That's the lost man. That's just why he got. That's just why he got so many names. That's just why he. That's the reason why he has had to rebrand so many times and not. See me. It's bigger than changing your name. This cat rebranded his whole personality, his whole content. I've always been talking about the witches, these women, the warlocks, the political shit, the child support, uh, the schools, the children. I've been pretty much talking about the same shit on YouTube since I got up here. But the black neocon Nazis on YouTube have to change their rhetoric based on how the hatred for black people go or Jews. And I really think that black people are going to have to start moving differently on y'all because let me tell you about this shit. These neocon Nazis on YouTube, they'll talk about that Cincinnati brawl. They'll talk about Carmelo Anthony, but they won't talk about the white boy that was a teacher that taught at multiple states and that stabbed a white man and a white woman in front of their children, trying to kidnap their children. And they also think that he also stabbed and killed somebody in like Vermont. They won't talk about the quadruple shooting in Tennessee where a white boy was dealing drugs and shot a poor Southern Poverty Act white boy, shot four people in a quadruple murder and went on a run. Because black people helped his ass on a run. That was silly. But you know what I'm saying? He went on the run. They want to talk about the white guy out there in damn, I think it's Idaho or Montana, went up in a bar and shot four white people and went and was on the run. See, that's the reason why white on white crimes are going to get worse and worse and worse because they are running around here with this fearful mentality that they're going to be replaced. They already feel replaced. You think white people are happy to have Nick Fluentes, a little white boy, a little Mexican boy speaking for them? That's the reason why they're having this whole Tucker Carlson versus Nick Fluentes thing. Since y'all want to sit here and follow behind white media, right? This so since I want to follow behind that, let me explain to you the reason why they're having this whole Tucker Carlson versus Nick Fuentes beef. And whose side do you see Candace Owens on? Candace Owens is on Tucker Carlson's side because they're going to jump that little white boy, that little Mexican boy, and they're going to make him fall in line because he's under them. He's under them. He's not over them. He just y'all would pick the lesser of y'all would pick the lesser loser to root for. Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, despite what y'all think about black people in the Warpers, are not going to end up winning this shit. Tucker Carlson and Candace and that side is going to win this shit long term. When this shit plays out, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, the Ben Shapiro's, that whole side is going to win against the Nick Fuentes, the Warpers, and the new black NeoCon Nazis. Y'all are going to lose this shit. Y'all are going to politically, financially, spiritually lose this shit. Y'all going to lose. And y'all are silly. Y'all too stupid to lose. Why would y'all pick the losing team? Why would stupid ass angry man, masculine mercenary, dumb ass pick Nick Fuentes to follow his content up under? Niggas have lost their way. Niggas have lost their way. Niggas on YouTube have lost their way, dog. The Cartier twins. Them niggas have lost their way. The Hodge twins have lost their way. People are grifting into stuff they don't know how to control. I agree Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, all of them are they're grifters as well. The difference between their grifting and the Nick Fuentes grifting, they have control over their grift. Nick does not have control over his grift. I want y'all to be very, very. We're on social media, so don't get it twisted. Visuals is everything. Even though I run a faceless channel, I understand visuals are everything, right? Nick Fuentes went on Candace Owens' show, then took his little punk ass back on his show, talking about some, you're a woman, you don't tell me what to do. You're a woman, you're a woman, I don't have to listen to you. Well, if you didn't have to listen to Candace Owens' black ass, why did you have to go sit at her studio? Why'd you have to go sit on Candace Owens' casting couch, Nick? Why did Nick Fuentes had to go sit on Candace Owens' casting couch? But you grown ass stupid niggas up here on YouTube following behind his very word. And he had to go sit on the black woman's casting couch, nigga. Good morning, Pastor. See what by. What up, sisterhood? What it do? What it do, most hated? What it do, bros? What it do? Yeah. This nigga Nick Fuentes had to go sit on Candace Owens' casting couch and black man on YouTube following behind Nick Fuentes' every word. Y'all niggas need to go kiss Candace ass. That's what y'all need to go do. Y'all be better off kissing Candace ass than Nick ass. You be better off. You be better off kissing Candace ass than kissing Nick ass. Cause I'm telling you, it's you ain't going nowhere kissing Nick. You ain't going nowhere, and you gay. And you niggas look fruity pebble. Boy, you niggas got more color. Boy, you niggas look just as colorful as Angry Man Beard up here hanging on the words of Nick Fuentes. A damn little white boy, a little Mexican white boy, that ain't got nothing to show for being they ain't got nothing to show for it. Ain't got nothing to show for it. And that's man, angry man, you look bad out here, boy. All you niggas up here look bad out here. Every nigga that cause I seen this shit. There were so many black men that went live yesterday talking about some Nick Fuentes is right. Y'all need to slap the damn black off your face. Y'all are so stupid, man. You niggas on YouTube are so stupid for a cash app. Y'all are so stupid for a super chat. Y'all are so stupid for a subscriber, a view, a like, a share. You niggas are dumb. Dumb. Y'all are so dumb for the one. Y'all are so dumb for what y'all do to stay in that algorithm. Boy, you niggas are so pitiful for what you'll do to stay in that algorithm. Y'all will let a 20-something-year-old white boy with a back. I mean, he's not even super intelligent. Not even super. Not even super. He's not even really intelligent. It's not like he has these great degrees. He went to Boston University. That's a pretty decent university. It's not super well educated. At the end of the day, he's still having to go to a casting couch of a college dropout. Candace Owens is a college dropout. Straight up. She's a college dropout. But did he finish though? He did finish. He did finish. Now that is one thing that I can say Nick Fuentes did compared to a lot of other YouTubers. A lot of other YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers that are college dropouts, like Angry Man. Angry Man's a college dropout. No, I think DS1 is back in. I think DS1 is back in school working on I think DS1 is back in school working on I don't know which level of postgraduate. I'm not for sure which level of degree he's heading towards. I think DS1 is probably heading towards like a master's, probably at least a bachelor's. But I think he's definitely heading towards a master's. I have a bachelor's. And I graduated, but you know it is what it is. But YouTube is full of a bunch. Yeah, he is. I would say that he's insightful, but his insight is based off information that is already out there. Nick, I'm trying to tell you, what Nick is saying is not really insightful. It's it's more remedial. It's more like remediating, rephrasing, repeating. He's repeating and rephrasing a lot of things that a lot of people have looked over in modern time, like the bill, like he talks about 1948 and the state of Israel and its and how Israel became how Israel became to be in 1948 or something like that. But he doesn't want to talk about the Balfour Act. The Balfour Act is when like the Rothschilds, like the British Rothschilds and the American and American military pretty much helped Israel get pretty much created that land. You know, it was British royalty and American military pretty much created Israel. That's just how that happened. It was they did it due to something called the Balfour Act. You can look it up. It's called the Balfour Act. But see, people like Nick, he's not going to break that down. He's going to say America. All he's going to say is America first. America first. Well, America was first in creating the state of Israel. So I mean, is what it is. So what he wants to do is bad deals, and now they want to try to sell America on bad deals. America made that deal, dog. Oh yeah, yeah. DS1 is insightful. Yeah, I mean, I can't even read right now. Yeah, DS1 is real insightful. But yeah, my bad, man. I was tripping. I thought you said Nick was insightful. Cause you know I'm tripping right now. I can't even. Didn't even read that well. DS1 is insightful. Yeah, DS1 is insightful. But so what it is everyone now wants to see if we were playing spades, Nick Fuentes is trying to convince us to renege. You know, if you renege, you pretty much like if y'all playing a spades, if y'all playing spades and y'all put up like 350, 500, right? Nick Fuentes is trying to get us to renege so we can pretty much sabotage this entire game and hopefully force everybody to want to start all the way over. But that's not how it go in spades. And that's not how it go in real life and warfare. If you renege, you just a renegger. And y'all gonna end up, and if you keep and if y'all can't stop the other team from getting their books, right, and stomp them, then your reneging ass is gonna cause your team or your spade, your partner, your team, your spades players. Y'all gonna lose. Y'all ain't gonna make it to 350. Y'all gonna lose. Y'all get kicked off the table, and y'all gonna be bystanders just looking at everybody else play spades for the rest of the night. Cause you done got out here and reneged. And that's pretty much what Nick Fuentes is pushing, being a renegger. America did this shit. And not, the America got in bed with the creation of Israel. They did it with the British, with some British Rothschild royalty and American military. And after World War and the whole World War II thing, you can go back and read the whole Balfour Contract or the Balfour Act, and it'll explain to you exactly what really happened. America made a deal and they did this shit. And it is what it is. Now they won't. Now people like Nick and some of these white supremacists in America, and just regular people in America, not even white supremacists, just regular people in America, just want to renege on that deal because they're like, we didn't make that deal. But just like with reparations, the sins of the father, the sins of the father will eventually haunt the children. The children will pay for the sins of their father. So we have the forefathers of this country in World War II got in bed with the British. What up, Ski Mask? What it do, man? They got in bed with the British, and they created the state of Israel. They did do something called the Balfour Act or the Balfour Contract. It's you can easily Google this shit. Even if you spell it wrong, just put in BLFOUR contract. Just type that in. It'll pop right on up. He like, damn, this is how the state of Israel really got started. It wasn't this Hitler kicking Jews out and giving them 2 years to live or get out. It was not. It wasn't just that. It was a worldwide effort to create that shit. It was what we call it was a world war effort to create that shit. So everybody like, well, why is everybody scared of Israel? Because the world came together and created that shit. The world came together and put Israel together, and then the Jew for the Jewish people, and it just is what it is, man. Like I wouldn't even say the world really did it. The British people, Britain and America really did it, but the world kind of had a play in it. But it is what it is, man. And people like Nick Fuentes want to act like he won't talk about that kind of stuff though. He'll just keep saying the Jews, the Jews, the Jews. And that psyop has worked on white people. Now you got white people now you got white people, the Gorpers. You got the Gorpers Running around talking about some the Jews, the Jews. Now you got black people talking about some the Jews, the Jews. And it's just, and then you got people like Candace and Tucker that really know what's really going on, and they control people like Nick. Nick is controlled opposition. He's not. He's so demonetized, but yet his ass is flying everywhere, doing interviews. You know, he don't look like he don't like he missed a meal. You know, You know what does demonetized on social media actually really mean? You can be demonetized on social media and still be monetized in real life. Or the banks don't want to mess with me. Well, Nick, you don't have. Well, Nick, you won't dealing with banks anyway. You know they was giving you cash in envelopes. You know they pay you under the table. You know how that shit go. You Mexican man. You Mexican nigga. You know how under the you Mexican. You know how under the under the table payments go. You know is what it is. Like you not getting paid. You getting paid like a Mexican under the table, and I know that's racist. I'm sorry for saying that because not all Mexicans get paid under the table. That was very prejudiced of me to say. However, he is one of these under the table paid Mexicans, and Candace Owens just slided him that check while you silly niggas up here. But yeah, while you silly niggas is up here mimicking everything Nick Fuentes say, like he know what he talking about. I'm telling you, all Nick do is reiterate stuff that the truth movement, stuff that the truthers already put out. He reiterate that shit, and then black people act like they heard something profound. I miss Let me tell you something. I miss like when black people used to be in the in the truther movement. Like you had like the conscious community, and then you had like the truthers. And the truth is, they kept the conscious community on YouTube, but they got rid of the truthers. They kicked the truthers offline. So yeah, the Mexi pay man. Yeah, but they kicked the truthers off of YouTube. They erased all their content. They completely like digitally washed the whole truth movement off YouTube. You can't find any of that stuff except for like small pockets. You have to go to TikTok to try to find that stuff, and it's just little pockets of it. It's not like I used to be on YouTube with the movement. So that's why it's so easy to do what Nick Fuentes is doing. All he's doing is reiterating stuff that people said in the movement and getting paid under the table like a Mexican by Candace Owens. And honestly, they got Candace Owens controlling Nick Fuentes. I wouldn't even be surprised if Candace Owens is not handling Kanye. Is not trying to is not, She is trying to handle Kanye too, because Candace said something real in particular, when she was talking to Nick. She said, "Yeah, I bought Ye over for dinner." Candace, I don't think you can cook, sweetheart. I don't see you. I don't see you in the kitchen making a sandwich. I just don't see Candace Owens as being a good cook. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. So what the hell is Candace Owens having these people over for dinner for? And all these dinners like they be having at Mar-Lago and Trump having all these dinners. I'm convinced that these, cause y'all know I be studying the witches. Michelle Abramovich, Michelle no Lammy. Y'all know I study all the witches, right? Spirit cooking. We've been talking about this in the manosphere. Women putting period blood in spaghetti and shit. Let me tell you something. When Candace Owens is having these is having people over for dinner, I think she's spirit. I think she's getting witches over there to spirit cook. Now Candace can probably spirit cook, but she can't actually cook. Like you ask her to make a meatloaf or a shepherd's pie, which is that's some white people shit. But you know, make some meatloaf, you fried chicken, collard greens, uh, stewed carrots. You know what I'm saying? What broccoli and cheese. For real, like yeah, Michelle Obama too. That that nigga shape. Hell yeah, she a shapeshifter. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So when Candace Owens had these people over for dinner, she's in that bitch spirit cooking, dog. They in there eating refried onions that she done put a whole spell on. Refried onions that with a spell on them. That's what she gave Nick Fuentes. She gave Nick Fuentes some refried spiritual beans when he came over there for that interview. Nick ain't been the same ever since he left that interview with Candace Owens. This nigga been spazzing out. He been crashing out for real. He low key been crashing out, trying to go to war with everybody, knowing he ain't got no guns and can't pop a grape. He been crashing out. So I think so. Candace is really running this shit, yo. I'm telling y'all, Candace is running more of this shit than y'all think. Because I over a year ago, Nick Fuentes was mad. And see, what really is making Nick Fuentes, it was really messing with Nick Fuentes' mind is how Candace is playing mental games with this young man. That shit is crazy, right? So she keeping him far, but she keeping him close, but she keeping him far, right? They say that they like Candace up here said, "I don't know you. I ain't been around you. You a nobody to me." Like Candace, like Candace didn't recruit Nick Fuentes and Kanye that helped spread her NeoCon message. But I don't think Candace is a neocon Nazi. I just think she's a neoconservative. I don't think she's an actual Nazi. These niggas on YouTube are Nazis. Angry Man's a Nazi. The Hodge twins are Nazis. The Cartier family Nazis. Nick Fuentes is a fake ass Nazi. Cause Nick Fuentes wouldn't be a good Nazi because he's too skinny. He's not like, he wouldn't be a good Nazi. He's too skinny. No, I remember being in Kentucky, um, Madisonville, Kentucky. I've been in Madisonville, Kentucky, and I've also been in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And I've been in Western Kentucky, the coal miner's daughter area of Kentucky. I know what a true Nazi looks like. I know the true Klansman looks like. They had a bunch of them. They used to be in McDonald's and everywhere. They used to be all over Madisonville, Kentucky. You would see the Klansmen with the swastika on the side of their head. Them white boys, you would have to actually fight. I mean, for real. Like these ain't your like Leave It to Beaver school shooting looking white boys. These white boys look like they don't even look like they been on meth or heroin. These white boys look like they drank bug no fuck Budweiser. These white boys like they drink whiskey and lift weights all day. That's what not a true neocon Nazi with the black boots and the blue jeans and the white t-shirt, the initiate outfit. Shit. Them white boys like they drink whiskey and lift weights all day. They don't look bitch made like Nick. I'm telling you they don't look bitch made like Nick. Cause I seen them face to face in McDonald's, in Waffle House, in Walmart, and at the hospital, all over Madisonville, Kentucky. They all over Madisonville, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? And shit, if these motherfuckers on YouTube met a real neo-Nazi white boy, they bitch asses probably scared of him. I didn't give a fuck. I stand in line. I Yo, I used to talk shit to the motherfuckers, talk shit with them. They ain't never give me no hard time like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy ass story, right? I had a pearl white 350Z at the time, and I was in Madisonville, Kentucky. And there was a white boy that had a 450 dirt bike in a 600 CBR uh, Honda. So he had two of those bikes. The shit was crazy, dog. Me and the white boy swapped. I let the white. This shit's crazy, my nigga. I can't. I let the white boy took the that like I switched my Z with the white boy. So I took his 450, 454 stroke dirt bike and the Honda CBR. I took them shits for a week, and he took my sports car for a week. That's just what it was for a whole week, right? This shit was crazy, dog. Like I can't believe I just switched my car with a fucking Ku Klux Klan member because I wanted them two damn bikes. But after a week, we switched back. He bought me my car back, and I gave him his bikes back. And that shit was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It won't nothing. Like my car, he bought my car. I got my car back perfectly fine. He got his bikes back perfectly fine. Cause at the end of the day, if he didn't bring my shit back and he wrecked it, it was gonna be deemed stolen or some shit. And the same thing, if I would have did his shit the same way. So it was like whatever. It wasn't no big thing. So like even these NeoCon Ku Klux Klan Nazi white motherfuckers are actually more cordial than niggas on YouTube. Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think I would probably be able to talk to that Ku Klux Klan white boy from Kentucky, Madisonville, Kentucky. I'll probably be able to have a better conversation with him than a nigga like Angry Man. That's fucked up. What up, Bronze? Yeah, he spit in your fuel tank before he get. He probably did, man. I'm surprised the nigga didn't do no shit like that. My shit was running good when he came back. He ain't put no sugar and water in the tank. He did good, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I almost laid his bike down, but I didn't lay it down. I kept it up, you know. But yeah, man, that shit is what it is. Hell, and then he had a Monte Carlo with a 454 in it. I took that shit through the hood. Shit, man, everybody took that shit through the cause look, yo, this shit's crazy, yo. Cause this life is crazy, man. The life is crazy, man. The racist supremacist white boy worked at the hospital. You know, I was a traveler at the time. I still am a traveler. So I was me. So I mean, so you find out that there are a lot of racist people in the medical industry. When they told me that they were black, when they told me that they was doctors, they tried to put out some information about these militias and the Ku Klux Klan having doctors in it. I'm like, man, that shit ain't nothing new, nigga. We always known that. See, the Ku Klux Klan and the Black Panthers really, all them niggas wasn't really enemies like that. It's like you got what you got, we got what we got. If we need to come together to share something, it is what it is. So when I the reason why I used to get along with white supremacists in Madisonville, Kentucky, it's because I wasn't really trying to be their friend. We were just cordial. Like I'm a black man. You a white guy. You stand your ground. I stand my ground. If if there's anything that we can share amongst each other, cool. Like I had a car he wanted to drive. He had some bikes I wanted to drive. I do a trade with you. You better bring my shit back right. Man, you better bring my shit back right. It was a mutual respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like fuck you and fuck you. But it was a mutual fuck you, nigga. So it is what it is, right? And me and the black people and Matt, because there's not that many black people in Madisonville, Kentucky. But me and the black people in Madisonville, Kentucky, we was 100. We was 100. We was 100, right? A couple, as a matter of fact, the white girls used to come and hang in the hood. The little prissy Ku Klux Klan daughters, the daughters of the daughters of the cloak, right? Their daughters used to be in the hood. Let me tell you something, yo. This shit is fucked up in America. America fucked up, my nigga. You know, it's a dumb joke, but the fact is they traded the bed sheets for doctors' costs, lawyer suits, and judges' robes. Hell yeah, they did. So that's what I'm saying. When you go talk to your lawyer, when you go talk to your judge, you are probably talking to a white supremacist. Yo, you have talked to a lot of white supremacists in your life. Your best bet is to actually do true negotiations as a black person rather than kiss their ass like angry man. The Cartier twins, the Hodge twins. White supremacists run over people like that. They won't necessarily run over a black person long because if you stand your own, they can't necessarily run over you. That's just why they look for people like they look for these bootleggers to abuse. All these sisters that date white men and end up getting killed and shit. The reason why these sisters get killed and shit after dating white men is because the sisters let a lot of passive shit go. Like these white men be saying little racist shit and little crazy shit to their black girlfriends, and they let that shit slide to the point where he get really entitled. And when she want to stop him, she can't stop him. It's too late now. And that's how it is with these angry man and these black neocon Nazis on YouTube. They let a bunch of little racist shit slide. You didn't mean anything. That was funny. Yeah, I gotta start calling. I gotta start calling them sisters. I feel you. But yeah, they let that little racist shit slide. Like this what black neocon Nazism on YouTube is like. Y'all, you let a bunch of like little racist shit slide until one day they really on your ass saying whatever the fuck they want, and now you can't do nothing but cower down and say you right, you right. Cause that's pretty much what's happening on YouTube. Black people on YouTube, these niggas on YouTube have let so much racial shit slide to the point where how dare they say something now? To the point where these niggas just got to fall in line with the bullshit. Can't speak up for themselves now. And they don't let too much shit slide. And that's when you look at a black neocon, bitch ass nigga Nazi like Angry Man. Cause Angry Man really Mexican. He really getting paid under the table. Angry Man ain't paying no damn taxes. That nigga getting paid under the table. You know? That nigga a YouTube migrant worker. Nigga is a whole YouTube migrant worker. We need to deport that nigga off YouTube. For real. I can't believe this nigga, dog. 100% facts. They let 1,000 racial microaggressions slide till they say something about the white dudes' moms and they get beat up and deleted. Exactly, man. Angry Man a coyote. Angry Man probably do be bringing people across the border. That nigga probably do be Angry Man probably be bringing people up. He probably is a border cross the border hopping assisted nigga. For real. I can't, man. But you know what, dog? It's been an hour up here. I just don't want y'all to be black neocon Nazis on YouTube. Like letting Nick Fuentes sound smart when white people are not letting that white boy, that little Mexican boy speak for them. Look, and white people know that that Warper is getting paid under the table like a Mexican by Jewish people, Candace Owens, the Nick Ye, all them man, they paying Nick under the table. Nick don't need to be monetized in front of your eyes. He don't need to be. Nick does not need to be monetized in your eyes. He getting paid under the table. He a migrant worker too. He work a little bit for YouTube, work a little bit for TikTok. He a digital migrant worker. He's a digital migrant worker. Work a little bit for Kick, work a little bit for that social media. That's all he is. He a digital Mexican migrant worker getting paid under the table. I've been dropping coins lately and watching to see if Jews pick it up. They really do. They do, man. Look, man, let me tell you, man, these Jews, man, they need an opposition. Like, let me tell you something. What Kanye West was doing, what Candace Owens was doing, and what Nick Fuentes is doing, the Jews are very pleased with them. They're very pleased with them, yo. I'm gonna tell you why. Because with the anti-Semitic rhetoric that you see all over YouTube, all over Twitter, that just feeds more money into the ADL and it gives it justification, right? No longer do you have to look for the weapon of mass destruction, you look for the minds of mass destruction. You know what? Because notice how we went into Afghanistan, we was looking for weapons of mass destruction, and then when it quickly turned from looking for weapons of mass destruction to looking for minds of mass destruction, terrorist cells and shit like that. And what do they tell us we have in America? Y'all got a bunch of sleeper cells and shit like that. Man, all this shit breeds it feeds into what the ADL is doing anyway. Y'all niggas like this shit is it's crazy, man. Jews want y'all this. The Jews want the Nick Fluenteses to say the shit that they're saying. When they buy more arsenal and change more laws and pass more laws, they have to do it because y'all let a under the table paid Mexican under Candace Owens gaslight y'all into agreeing with him and his anti-Semitic rhetoric. Now anti-Semitism is mainstream. It's in every home now. Anti-Semitism is in every home now. Now it justifies the ADL spending the amount of money they're going to spend on surveillancing your stupid ass. Now it justifies Palantir having a digital now it justifies Palantir having a digital footprint on all of your asses, right? So Nick is playing his part very well. Nick is playing his part very well. I think we need to stop using the word anti-Semitic for a non-Semitic people. They are Polish. That's their guilty weapon. No, what I'm saying is it's playing out the way it's supposed to. It's playing out that way, right? So when Palantir and all these digital surveillance companies come out and they can watch your digital footprint, they can watch like they can surveillance your phone, your TV, your Internet of Things, refrigerator and shit that's looking inside the refrigerator, inside the house. What up, man? Go pee in the building. Oh, is Allah is all, man. What's happening? What is happening? Go pee. But yeah, man, we cannot let this little Mexican white boy that's getting paid under the table gaslight us as black people to push his black neocon Nazi movement for us. Y'all have to realize Nick is under a black woman. Nick is under Candace. When he was like, when we said, Candace, come here and make me a sandwich, Candace didn't have to go make him a sandwich. He went and made Candace a sandwich. Notice, he went to Candace's platform. Candace did not go sit in his mama's basement as a warper. Y'all got to see power rather than listen to these niggas tell you they got power. Nick Fuentes ain't got shit. He had to go sit in front of Candace, and Candace tell him why he a bitch ass white boy and allude to him being a gay white boy by saying, why aren't you dating? Candace, she flipped on, why aren't you dating? Why don't you have any kids? Why come you ain't did shit? Right? And then now he all anxious and shit, trying to answer those questions, right? And then Candace set him up for Tucker, because Tucker Carlson came in and she called him a gay ass little white boy, and how this gay ass little white boy don't matter. And they pay. I'm telling you, man, it's diabolical work. And for so many black men on YouTube, especially Angry Man, dog. Angry Man, you too old to be taking advice from this little nigga. You let a little Mexican that's getting paid under the table give you advice. You a grown ass man. Angry Man, you should be giving advice to Nick Fuentes rather than Nick Fuentes giving you advice. Little Mexican white boy, while you cry about racism. Man. Me calling him a little Mexican white boy is not being racist. Look, I got a little Mexican child, nigga. I got a little Mexican child, nigga. So I use racial terminology all the time. Shit, my son is half Mexican. I call my son a Dorito. Okay, so you can miss me with the racist shit because y'all use racism as a term. See, this whole racial shit. Or you're a racist. You're look in the mirror, buddy. Man, you don't get up out of here with that Marxist ideology trying to control my speech. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Okay, little black boy, but you won't come try me as a black man, Earl. Right, Earl. You the little black boy, you won't come try as a black man. I started here in Texas, man, Arlington. But check this. You're not gonna hit me with that controlling your rhetoric, because a lot of you little white motherfuckers is Marxist anyway. You little Marxist ass, NeoCon, Nazi ass little white boys. Anyway, y'all can't really stand on y'all 2 feet in true capitalism anyway. So we not even worried about that shit. But you're not gonna control my speech, bitch ass little white boy, right? Or white man, whatever you want to call you, white man, or whatever you want to call yourself. That shit don't bother me, man. Like I said, I call my son a Dorito. I called him a cool when he think a cool ranch Dorito. What else I call? I call my son all kinds of damn names. He black and Mexican. Fuck it. Like, don't bother me. The shit don't bother me. It don't bother him. He think that, what I'm saying? You gotta have a thicker skin out here, right? So when I call Nick Fuentes a little Mexican boy, white Mexican boy, he is half Mexican, half white. He is frail. He's little, and he's more of a boy. I mean, I think they said that you aren't a grown man till 25. So I'm accurately describing him. It just hurts your feelings. I am accurately describing him. It just hurts your feelings. He is half Mexican. He is half white. He's 25 or under, I believe. So therefore, he's a little Mexican white boy. And I'm sorry I hurt your. I know if I ain't sorry. It hurt your bitch ass feelings. You'll be all right. Fuck it. Uh, these little black fuckers won. Are you sure we're not being racist? Who gives a fuck? White people, y'all was a lot of you white people were born racist. I work with, let me tell you, I just told y'all a story about how I worked with a racist white boy in Madisonville, Kentucky, which was a true neo not he was a real Nazi motherfucker. And I ended up trading a dirt bike and a dirt bike. No, I ended up trading a car for a dirt bike and a street bike for a week with him. I don't give a fuck. I know for a fact his ass was in the Klan. You know, I don't give a fuck about white people racist. I really don't. I really don't. And white people don't give a fuck about black people racism. I think black people and white people are racist, but when we need each other, we work with each other when we need each other. You know what I mean? I know racist doctors. I know racist lawyers. I know racist firefighters in Dallas. I know they racist. But when that fire alarm come on, they asses to go, they racist ass to go fight a fire. These motherfuckers racist as hell. Do not like black people, don't like Mexicans, don't like no damn body. But when it's time to fight a fire, they racist ass do what needs to be done. And is what it is. People can be racist and still get their job and get a job done. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I ain't worried about that. The problem with this racist shit is when people start the one side racism. When no, I know white people get mad when all the white people become anti-white and sound like black people hating on white people. When white people start to mimic black people saying racist shit against their own people, you have to look at their asses crazy. And I don't trust white people that's willing to say super racist shit against other white people. I look at them as a traitor, a treasonous, I just look at them as I don't look at them as a person that should be trusted. But white people are silly and they actually trust black people that are willing to say racist shit against other black people to fit in. If y'all are willing to trust those black, you should trust a motherfucker like me before someone like that. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up what the fuck it is. The people like that gonna kiss your ass until they can stab you in the back. I'm gonna tell you straight up the fuck up. I'm gonna tell you straight up what it is. Hopefully one day we ain't gotta come to blows. Hopefully one day we ain't gotta fight. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. Them bootlicking motherfuckers. I really believe bootlickers really hate white people. They just don't feel like they in a position to do nothing about it. So they kiss white people ass enough to the point where they can stab them in the back. And that's how I feel about white people that are extra nice to black people, or not extra nice, but white people that try to have racist rhetoric against other white people. Like, fuck them cracker ass cracker white people over there. Them white people ain't shit. Fuck them honkies. I'm a real ass white person. I'm really down for the cause. Like them BLM white people. They really hate black people. They just don't feel like they in a position to do nothing about it. But when those BLM white people get a foot up on you, they'll stab you in the back more than faster than a damn racist white person would. I really feel like these liberal, these just like Malcolm X said, these liberal whites, these whites that want to be your friend, these whites that traded on their own community to be your friend, them white people are more dangerous than they more dangerous than the Klan. They more dangerous than the damn they more dangerous. Them the dangerous white people. Them other white people go off and return to the land. They go off and do their own thing. But them white people is the ones that's always in your face, always about to start some shit and playing victim. That's them, right? Just like Candace Owens. Candace Owens run around. I don't give a fuck about being no hypocrite. Give a fuck about any of that shit. Give a fuck about any of them terms and titles. Fuck about none of that. Just like Candace Owens. Candace Owens swear up and down she love for some white people. But just as soon as she get a chance to fuck you white people up, she does it. So y'all keep fucking around with the ass kissing bootlickers on both sides. White people, y'all keep fucking with the ass kissing bootlickers on y'all side, and black people, y'all keep fucking with the ass kissing bootlickers on your side, and y'all all gonna find out. Y'all all gonna find out. The best thing you can do in this country is be a stand-up citizen, a stand-up 100% citizen. Cause I'm a stand-up black, I'm a stand-up FBA citizen, stand up foundational black American citizen. And the best thing I think a white person can do is be a stand-up American citizen. Best thing a Mexican, if you're American, the best thing you can do is stand up and be a good American citizen and be proud of your race, ethnicity, culture, whatever your people bring to the table. Be proud of that shit, and y'all stay up and y'all stay blessed.